I think we're recording. I'm pretty sure.
All right, I'll start us out.
Looks like it. Red light's on.
That is a good indicator.
Did you just whip?
No
Your
one can
elbow
see you
cracked.
but us.
I think maybe it might have picked up on your mic.
I heard it. I heard it
as
crack.
well. You whipped in your elbow crack. That's how you know you're too old to whip.
I think it means I just whip too hard.
No, you're getting too old.
No.
Sorry, buddy.
Your body's too old. to
Just
whip.
put me down.
If I can't whip, I don't want to live.
Whipping is my life.
A life without whipping is no life at all.
You got that arthritis. You can't whip like you used to.
Man.
Sorry.
Time really does catch up with everyone.
Sorry,
Time's
fella.
a cruel mistress.
We're all dying.
Yeah. Thanks you. 2 minutes in.
Not even.
Yeesh. But
Everyone dies. You're welcome.
From the moment you're born, you're dying.
oh my gosh. Anyways, have you ever listened to our podcast and thought, man, I wish they would just talk about nothing. I really like the cold open part they do. Well, you're in luck. Because this whole episode is just cold opens and conversations. We are not doing a thing. We don't have a goal. And we are introducing what we are calling the subplot.
So, welcome to the subplot.
Just want to say the idea was my name. I came up with
No,
that.
yes, and it
It
was a good idea.
The way you said that.
Wait, the idea was my name? Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, barnacles.
No, you didn't say
I
it.
came in fucking hot and I said it wrong. I've had a long day. I'm covered in motor oil.
Did you not wash your hands?
No, I came
just-
directly into my house and you were
I
here.
hate one of those bugles.
Yeah, we came in and you were elbow deep in a bag of bugles.
and you
Eh,
gave me one.
well,
You gave me a
Wow.
motor oil bugle. What the heck, man?
well.
It's not
I
cool.
didn't really think about it.
I just spilled water on myself.
I think I'm the only one that's not a mess right now.
Yeah.
Way to hit the mic with your liquid death.
God,
Did you go to the gym?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're gross.
Well, I took a shower when I got home.
You're still
he's
gross.
so put together. This guy.
What?
Can you believe this guy? How perfect he is over there on his taller than our chair. His chair is slightly higher than ours. He's doing this weird thing with his fingers on his cheeks. All right.
Man. David, what have you been up to?
I've been up to absolutely nothing. January is the definition of me coasting through life.
Yeah, so something that may come to everybody's attention is that we haven't put anything out in a while.
No.
Well, actually, by the time you're hearing this, we'll have just probably the week prior.
We've had a
put out-
backlog.
Yeah. The week prior, we will have hopefully put out a couple of things.
Yeah.
Man, January was a roller coaster.
It was,
for
we
most
were
of
all
us.
very independently busy and just random stuff. And then also some illnesses came in. It was just...
You know what I just thought about?
What?
I got a letter in the mail, like, at the end of December saying that I've been randomly selected for jury duty, and they haven't called me.
Did you show up
Oh,
for
yeah,
it?
you told them that we were going
Yeah, we
on
were
our
go-
trip to New York.
Yeah. But,
And then they never got
they,
back to you on that?
so the paper the information I filled out said they would call me a day or two ahead of time.
Well,
And it's still not over yet. It was from like January 1st to like March 3rd.
You're going to get
yeah,
arrested.
no, that means that he's still on the list and
Oh.
he's available to be called.
Or listen, if they don't leave a message, there's a good chance that they've called me and I've just like hit the no button because I get spam. I get like bill collectors and spam callers, and there's a good chance
You're
that
going to jail, but
that I'm going to go. You know that's something that would happen to me.
I can't wait for
Like,
the
they're gonna-
episode
they're
where
gonna-
me and Kevin are like, Brent's not here today. We got to pay his bail.
They're gonna come into the Olive Garden.
We're gonna film it as a vlog. What do you mean? We're gonna vlog paying
Us
Brent's
bailing him out.
bail.
We
Yeah.
milk it too. We're like, first phone call. We're meeting him at like the like window wall.
hey buddy, we're here to pay your bail.
I brought your last meal. It's a half-eaten McChicken.
They're gonna execute you, right?
They put you in the chair.
For missing jury duty. That's crazy.
Or at
guys.
least I
No,
request.
Capital
you know what's gonna
punishment.
happen is they're gonna be like, "Oh, you didn't get our call. We're not gonna send you to jail, but we're gonna fine you $5,000."
There's no way.
That's
right?
less fun.
Yeah, that's not
That's
as fun
my
for
life.
us.
That's the
You-
definition of my life is
Can you-
somebody being like, "Hey, you owe me thousands of dollars. Here you go."
If they do that, can you like request just to get arrested?
I'd rather just be executed on the spot.
Yeah,
Can,
can
you
you-
just firing line me, please?
All right, we're gonna go easy on you.
You
200.
call the lady on the phone. You're like, "Ma'am, I can't pay this. Can you please just kill me instead?"
He's outside the courtroom, just please.
Sir, we have payment options.
You don't.
I
Have,
want death options.
Can you please just detain me? Take me to prison. I'll do 5 years in the pen.
if that'll get all my debt erased.
You owe $100. You will not need 5 years. Make it 10, sir. Are you okay?
Could you imagine if you
3
could just
hots
do
in a
time?
cot, ma'am.
Can you imagine if you could just do time and erase your debt?
You just like start sweating in like the cop station. You're like, I have a bomb. You just panic. Oh, what? That's
That too far.
too far. He's wanting to go to jail instead of paying $200 fine.
No, I just want to die. Not go to jail. Kevin wanted to go to jail. I just wanted to die. Just kill me.
Why am I the most put together?
$200 might as
man.
well be $200,000 to me at this point.
That's a weird ratio.
That's a
Yeah, because they're both unobtainable. If you told me to acquire either $200 or $200,000, it'd be the same because I wouldn't be able to pull it out.
We could come up with $200.
You
for
could. You could. I couldn't without requesting the help of either of you.
We could
two.
run a car wash. We'd wear those white t-shirts.
Yeah.
Daisy
No.
Dukes.
Yeah.
No.
9 to 5.
Yeah.
You don't have the rights.
You don't need the rights to set up a radio at a fucking car wash.
Dolly Parton just has a phone for people wanting to do car wash. She's like, yeah, sure.
We don't have the
was-
rights for David to sing it into,
that was bad.
into our podcast. Stop trying to do accents. You can't do impressions either.
As I did it, I looked in your eyes. I'm like, oh no, I did an accent.
There was like a brief second of realization.
Man.
So so you said you did nothing all of January?
I really didn't know. Just been grinding at the old job. Bought a new keyboard because I spilled a Coke in
Oh.
it.
At work?
No, at my house.
Oh.
I like.
I thought you just got a new keyboard. Did you spill a Coke in the new one and then buy another new one?
No, I spilled a Coke in it. I bought it like this week or last week, one of the two. I had to get a new headset for my PC.
Oh, I thought you got a new keyboard.
The keyboard that I spilled the Coke in, I've had for like 2 or 3 years. It was actually
Oh.
it was a good one. It's just couldn't
Handle a Coke.
handle a Coke.
Couldn't handle you dumping a whole Coke into
It
it.
was like a half.
A whole
All
Coke.
right, whatever. I thought it was.
entire bottle of Coke.
Wasn't thirsty
A
enough.
whole 2 liter of Coke, right?
Backed up a whole truck. But yeah, but no, I mean it's basically the same keyboard, so
Yeah.
it has a clicky keys now.
Oh,
Yeah,
I like those.
I'm warming up to it. I'm not. I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I'm warming up to it.
You know me. I really get into like a thing for a few weeks, you know, and then I'm done with it forever. Never want to touch it again. My keyboard,
Like editing.
yeah, exactly like that. See, you get it. This guy gets me. My keyboard, I have custom key switches
Mm.
because I wanted very clicky keys, but I wanted them to be relatively quiet. So I took 2 different types of Kale key switches, and I took like 180 of them apart.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually, sorry, twice that. So like
You lied to me.
360 of them apart, and then put them all back together, but like with different parts. It was like a whole thing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah. That was keyboard time.
Yeah, that's not
The
gonna be
way
it.
you ended it, really killed all momentum. That
We had no
conversation
momentum
had.
on that one.
It had some. It had more than what it has now.
I don't know how you said words in there that just didn't register with me. I heard kale,
Kale's
like
a
the
brand.
vegetable.
No, well, I guess kinda, but not spelled the same way. It's a
Was it with the-
brand.
I mean,
It's a brand.
cool.
You know, you could have just let it go. You could have just been like, nice or something. Not neat. I get it. I get it now, Brent. Actually, I get it.
What?
I use the word neat like because I think like if I think something's neat, I'll
Mhm.
But you said it in a way that I know you don't think it's neat.
That's how I am with cool with my friend group.
Yeah.
Cause like sometimes something happens, I'm like, oh wow, that's cool. But I have used cool in such a dismissive way for like years. Like if someone does something, I'm like, cool. And so like it's just tainted. Anytime I say it, my friends are like, shut up. Cause they're just so sick of it. I'm like, it was actually cool. It's just my friend said it best. Even when I'm happy, it's so hard for me not to sound like I don't want to be there. I always sound very condescending and cynical.
Well, I can say neat any number of ways, and Brent always thinks that I'm being condescending, even when I in the past have not been condescending when saying it to him.
Is this true, Brent?
I don't know. Every time he says it, he's just like, I could be showing him the most anything. Like I could put my heart and soul into something, into like a project, and be like, want his opinion and be like, hey man, like look at this. I just spent 48 hours straight, no sleep, building this thing. Look how cool this is.
Oh, shit,
Look-
that's neat.
No, he won't say, oh shit. He'll just be like, that's neat. Or simply one word, neat.
It's like a parent, like his kid comes home like, I made Ronald Reagan out of macaroni, and you're like,
Who
neat.
makes I would have said it neat. if my kid came up to me and was like, I made Ronald Reagan out of macaroni. What kid does that? What a weird
I'd be like,
example.
oh, did you make little macaroni Iran bombs too? To sell you
Jeez Louise.
nukes? Little
Oh, buddy,
Iranian
that's really
nukes?
cool. Watch your
I'm
art.
gonna be a weird parent one day.
Watch your art project trickle down into the trash can.
Oh, well, honey, why is your macaroni project worsening the AIDS crisis?
Did your art project just put drugs into impoverished communities?
Oh my goodness.
We are not a Ronald Reagan friendly podcast.
Reaganomics killed the United States.
Does your macaroni have dementia?
Ronald Reagan is still somehow the best actor or Hollywood personality turned president.
Well,
Yeah, you know what?
It's crazy that is a category that has
can't-
more than one person.
Can't argue with those
Mhm.
numbers.
But man, is it? It's not. It's by default.
For now, you don't know what the future holds. Hopefully, we don't get any more.
How many votes do you think Kanye's gonna get? Because you know he's gonna run again.
10.
Percent?
No,
Just 10.
yeah, just 10.
Okay.
Maybe per state.
What if like 8 of them are just Kanye's other personalities? You just
I don't
keep
think Kanye has multiple personality disorder. I just
all
think
of them
he's-
identify as Kanye.
yeah, but like
If they're all Kanye, then
he might wear a hat after he votes, and they're like, "Oh, Mr."
West, you're back. What are you doing here?
He's
again?
trying to fall. He's like, "It's the only way I'll win," and they're like, "We know."
We can let you through a couple more times, but after that, the Democrats are gonna be.
They're gonna be suspected.
Yeah.
I just like the fact that he's just.
Mr. West, what are you doing back here again?
This isn't. I'm not Mr. West. Kanye, you're just eating a bag of Cheetos now.
You're wearing a fake mustache. I saw you duck around that wall, put on a fake mustache, and then come back.
look
out.
back around to make sure I wasn't looking. We locked eyes, and then you put the mustache on and came over. So you saw me, yes, Mr. West.
Damn.
But man, what What a
This episode has no
I
direction.
know, it's
There's
funny.
no rhyme or reason.
I
to
like it.
So
How was your guys' January? Because mine, like I said, mine was just
we went to New York.
fuck. I
We-
grinded at work. We went to New York.
That was like 3 days of the month.
I'm paying for it financially every day.
Oh my god.
It was really like a drop in the bucket for me, honestly.
You,
That
you,
was really
you
fucked
did-
up to
you didn't
say.
make any friends on that statement.
I know.
No one's gonna take your side on this. You just flexed on Brent after
I
he,
know.
like 10 minutes earlier, said, "I'd rather die than pay a $200 fine." And you're like, "I went to the world's most expensive."
Oh, darkness, my old friend.
You cock.
I did say that if he got a $200 fine, I would pay for it.
Oh, just a drop in the bucket.
I actually was like absolutely broke after that trip for like a whole like week.
A whole week.
Well, you get paid. You eventually get paid. What do you? Well, this is
So Brent, how was New York besides being financially ruining you?
It was fun while it lasted. So we stayed and did we send you any pictures?
No.
we didn't. We
I
completely cut communication. From
You
David.
didn't text me the entire time you were there, and then I said, "How was
Okay,
New
so
York?"
we're gonna
And
do
you
a cool
said,
thing
"I'll
is-
tell you on the podcast," and then we didn't record for another 2 weeks.
Okay, so
Sorry.
I'm just gonna send you pictures right now as we're telling stories. So it'll be like you're getting a fun.
So, yeah, you keep going.
Did you bring me back the souvenir I asked for?
I left it in my house.
Okay, as long as you got it.
It's in a chocolate frog tin.
Okay. I can't believe you forgot.
I mean, I didn't forget it, like, while I was there. I actually made it a point to go to a special store to get you your thing.
Man, imagine me opening it live on the mic.
Well,
So the only time we saw the Statue of Liberty is in this picture when we were flying.
When we went to
over-
the Statue of Liberty.
no,
we were-
we didn't do a lot of touristy stuff.
Hmm.
I don't like doing the touristy stuff.
You
whenever
see
I'm-
Spider-Man?
like swinging around
like
the
the real
city?
man.
No,
Hmm.
I think he's dead, David.
Hmm.
Spider-Man the man died 10 years ago.
What happened?
You don't want to know. You know those big fans on the sides of buildings?
Uh-huh.
He swung right into one.
Hmm.
I like pictures.
Did he live?
He's dead.
Hmm.
Rest in peace, Spider-Man the man.
Can we bring him back?
That's not how dying. He got chopped up into little spider bits.
Hmm.
Here's me leaning up against the subway railing.
So we stayed in a
penthouse, and I'm gonna show you the picture.
we stayed in a cool penthouse in Queens. My room had a crazy view of Manhattan.
This was the view from. our
I
living
always
room.
forget that like New York is technically a beach.
Huh? No, it's an island.
Yeah.
Like Manhattan's an island.
I always forget that like they just have a beach.
Yeah.
So, on our first day
Is that Kevin walking into the restaurant?
from Seinfeld.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was stopping to take a picture.
Man,
of
do
me.
I have a story about Seinfeld.
If you look closely, you'll see Jeff in that picture too. He's standing on the corner with his suitcase.
I thought he was homeless. I thought that was just
Huh?
a random person in the picture.
I love that picture. It looks so timeless to me. It looks like it doesn't exist in like any specific time period in my mind.
So, I'm going to tell you a story. It's a little, I don't know how we're going to feel about it, but I'm just going to tell it. And then, like my mom always said, wait, it's better
Forgiveness.
to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission.
Uh-huh.
So, one of my main goals when we went to New York, I had one specific goal, which was they just passed recreational weed,
Mm-hmm.
and I've never been in a state that's recreationally legal. So I wanted to go into a store and buy legal weed,
It's understandable.
and so they had just opened up their first New York's like state, New York's
Mhm.
first ever dispensary, and it was in the city. It was right in where were we? It was like right the smack dab in the middle of
we
the
were
town.
like no, we were near Soho.
I was gonna say, if it's in Times Square, the amount of money that place is about to make
No.
would be.
No.
It was in like kind of a nice area.
It was near Soho. If anybody knows,
It was near the Washington
Manhattan.
Square Arch.
Yeah.
And anyways, so got in line for that because there's a line that wrapped around the building, and immediately there was these men that were screaming at me
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
to not wait in line, but to instead buy their weed because their weed was much better and cheaper, and they were not moving. And neither was the line, so I had to just get in line and just stand there and act like I didn't hear them yelling at me for like a whole 45 minutes.
Yeah, the strategy when you're in the city is to just completely ignore people yelling at you to sell you.
I put in my
things.
AirPods.
Yeah, and I left.
They
him in
were
line.
standing next to me, and I was like, I relinquished them of their duty. I was like, you guys
Yeah.
want to go like do something else while I stand and do this? Because this is important to me. I want to do this.
This is a me
I
thing.
would-
This is a me thing. You guys can do. When they went and found a coffee shop that was apparently disappointing,
So
and then you went to a sunglasses hut.
yeah,
Ooh.
Jeff's coffee was, I guess, disappointing, but mine was fine. We're just gonna name drop Jeff the whole episode.
Jeff's
Shout out
fine.
Jeff.
Shout
That's
out to
fine.
Jeff, our boy Jeff,
Jeff,
He streams.
friend of the
sometimes.
podcast.
Friend of the podcast.
friend of the podcast.
If I can figure out what his Twitch is, I'll link it here.
What is Did you guys go to the Freedom Tower? Like anything like that? I
We
know you
did-
guys didn't do touristy stuff, but like,
the only really touristy thing we did, we did two things. We saw a show on Broadway, and then we went to the MoMA.
was it Cats?
No.
Hmm.
This may be controversial. We went and saw Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
That's a Broadway show.
Yeah,
It was kind of
sick.
fucking awesome.
It was so cool.
I'm gonna drop the hard F bomb because it was so cool.
It was fucking awesome. There were so many interesting things that they did that I actually don't know how they did it. In some cases, where like there's like a door in the middle and center stage, and two characters walk through the door, and then those same two characters almost immediately come off stage right, and like they're in new costumes,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just walking in from stage right.
And we got really good seats, so we were close enough to be able to confirm that they were not lookalikes and they were the same actors.
Yeah. We robbed somebody blind for those seats.
We got some definitely got some resale seats.
Yeah, no, they were for sure resale. But the person must just not have been able to get rid of the tickets, and it was getting really close to the date, and they just had to get rid of them. We got tickets in like the very front cluster, the back
Mhm.
of the front cluster for like I think it was like $200 a ticket,
Yeah,
which sounds like a lot.
but for a Broadway
Mhm.
on Broadway,
And on a Sunday, in,
Yeah.
like really close to the stage. We'll put a picture up here on the YouTube video. But to get seats like that for $200 was like crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I sent a message to the I sent an Instagram DM to the dude who played Albus in our play, and
Yeah.
telling me did a good job, and he responded and said
Huh.
thanks.
That's
Nice.
nice.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that is cool. You never told me that.
Hmm.
Good.
But it was so cool. There were so many separate moments of me grabbing onto Kevin and be like, "How are they doing this?"
Oh my god, the Dementors.
the Dementors! Holy Jesus, they were real Dementors. They were real. They were just real
You
Dementors.
watched the Harry Potter movies, right?
What?
Do you know what a Dementor is?
the big black scary things that suck your
Mhm.
soul out?
So they had a Dementor. So I thought that it was gonna fly around on the stage and that was gonna be cool. It flew over us.
It did for a second, right? It
Huh.
did fly on the stage, and then it the lights got all low, the music got creepy, and then the Dementors came out over top of I looked up and there was just a Dementor floating over top of
right
me.
over us.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And it flew really far back behind us too, because
Was
there's
it? So was there real people in the costume, or is it just
Yeah,
a
I
Spirit
think-
Halloween?
It looked like real people, but they didn't have legs. I don't know how they did it.
I think they had legs. I think they were just wearing really long cloak type things.
It was so cool.
But like it was moving around like a person would,
Hmm.
you know.
Interesting.
It would had to have been really good puppeteering if it were a puppet.
yeah.
I mean, I'd believe it for Broadway. I mean,
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
There were so many cool effects. They did like traveling through the fireplace was a cool effect. They had like a slide that like the actors like physically slid through the flames. Like
Yeah.
every time they had to come through the fire, because like in Harry Potter they use flue powder and come through
Mhm.
the fireplace, and that was a cool effect they did.
And then the phone booth where there was a
Oh
thing.
my goodness!
A character would walk up to the phone booth and punch in a phone number, and they'd be wearing like a cloak to conceal their identity or whatever. And then it'd be like, "Welcome, Harry Potter," and then the cloak would suck
And they
through
would
the
just
phone.
suck through the phone booth, and they just wouldn't be there anymore.
Yeah, the person would be gone. Like if you
Trapdoor.
really think about it, there's a trap door
Yeah.
under them, but it's like
That's no, it's super
very
intricate.
effective, and it was well timed.
Yeah.
In the very beginning, there was a part when they were like all walking around, and then it cuts to them in Hogwarts, and they all like, whoosh, they have their robes on, and they swoosh them around, and they're wearing
yeah.
different costumes, and it was just like, oh my god, and all the magic started happening so quickly. You're like,
Mhm.
oh, and
And
even
then
like simple effects like Lumos, and the end of their wand lights up. You're like, that's cool. Like
Yeah.
it's so simple, but
you're not allowed to like take pictures and videos at Broadway. That's what I thought.
Not while they're like
Yeah.
doing their thing. You can before the show,
Mm-hmm.
and I think you can during the
Intermission.
Yeah.
and then after.
Yeah.
Man, so the craziest part of the whole thing for me though is the villain character at the end is like levitating in the center of the stage, and they're like doing like a wizard battle, and they're like shooting fire at her, and then all the characters all at once like shoot fire at her, and so this is like real fire, and
we could feel the heat
yeah,
from where we were sitting.
and this lady on the stage almost got fucking roasted. There were 8 flamethrowers being fired at her, and we were close enough. I could look at her and see the fear in her eyes.
I too could see. There was a point where she like covered her like, and it wasn't a part of the show. It was she was doing this to save her life.
Yeah, she was experiencing terror.
we there's like clips. There's like a trailer that they've released for the show, that you can like shows you like really professional looking clips and shots, and they for a split second, for like 2 seconds in this trailer, you can see the shot we're talking about, and so like she's hovering, and like there's like a flame X, and it like comes to her midsection, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when we saw it, the flame X was like on her face, and she looked so scared, and it was really added to my immersion.
Yeah, it really made me feel like the person was going to die.
She was gonna get cooked right in front of us.
I truly believed that the magic was real.
Yeah.
It
For a
was so
second.
cool. They did a polyjuice potion right in front of my eyes, so which is where it's where they take a drink and they turn into somebody else,
Oh, okay.
which is really cool. Like, I mean, like you said, the effects were like obviously simple, but like just the way they were, like you didn't see anybody. There was trapdoors, right?
Yeah. Some of them were intricate, like them like going through a door center stage. There's no wall. You can see behind the door if you're at the right angle,
Mm-hmm.
and then them appearing on stage right like a second later.
That was mind blowing.
That I don't know how they did that.
Yeah, I still don't know how they did that either.
I don't know if they like went under
Mhm.
and then they have like a conveyor belt that shoots them out the other side, but I don't know. It was very impressive.
All the actors did a great job. It was a genuinely like I liked the story. It was okay. Like
I do think that, and this is just me, it did feel like a story that didn't need to exist.
it's really funny because I said the opposite thing.
Yeah.
Like as we were coming out, I was like, I feel like that didn't feel like an afterthought. Like I was afraid that it would feel like something that was just tacked on at the end just because. And I didn't feel like it was. I felt like it had like a purpose. Then Kevin said the exact opposite.
Yeah. And I had just got caught up on the movies because I'd never seen the last 2
Mhm.
movies. And so it was very fresh in my mind, the last 2 movies. And so maybe that added to my feeling of it feeling like an afterthought, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
we knew we were gonna see it, so we rushed and watched the movie. I'm driving to Columbus at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
And I'm wearing my AR glasses.
He has these AR glasses that make him look like a dumb future man. And it's like he's wearing these big bulky sunglasses, but if you like, I'm in the pitch black dark, and I look over, and he's like, "Whoa!" and he's like, "Look at that wizard man!" And he's pointing at like the night sky, and I'm like, "I can't." He's like, "I'm watching Harry Potter on the night sky, dude. This is sick."
Yeah, it is kind of an experience that's like unlike anything else. Looking up at the night sky, and there being a giant movie on the sky. I know it sounds kind of silly, but it is very cool and very futuristic. And
We had a butterbeer.
oh yeah, the butterbeer was pretty
That
good.
was good.
Good.
Well, it was good the first time. The second time was kind of eh.
Well, we had butterbeer on draft, dude. It was on tap.
Well,
'Cause we went to
it
the
was
Harry
actually
Potter store.
more like a float, I think. I think I had like a soft serve on the top.
Yeah, but it was like they had it on draft.
Yeah.
They got
Yeah,
it
yeah.
from a tap, and then they put put
Mhm.
like foam on top of it, like
Yeah.
sweet foam.
It was pretty good. And then but the bottled stuff was kind of mid.
The
not
bottle
gonna lie.
stuff was mid. I kept my bottle. It's right above your head.
I kept my bottle too.
Oh.
And then we had Harry Potter themed cocktails.
Oh yeah, what did I have?
We had the golden
With the
snitch,
golden snitch. And
but his was way more
oh
alcoholic than
man,
mine.
he was like, "This is so good," and I was like, "Let me try." Oh, what on earth? And he's like, "It's not that bad." And I'm like, "Kevin, this is
It's
like."
just tequila.
And I was like, "Take a sip," and he was like, "What did they do to yours?"
They hate
got,
you.
They got it from the same machine because it's like a slushy drink, and so
Yeah.
it was going through like a
Gotcha.
tumbler machine, and they got it. They poured mine, handed it to me. They poured his, handed it to him, and that was it. But like his was so much stronger than mine.
It's funny.
So, to my original train of thought that I had before, so I get to the dispensary,
Oh my gosh, we're back here.
No, that's fine. I like how we had to like have the intermission.
and I I leave the dispensary, and for those who know me, I partake, and I'm a seasoned veteran.
I would hope you would if you're waiting in line at a dispensary.
It was
I'm a-
over an hour of wait.
Yeah, I would hope you would
Well,
partake.
I'm just saying, I smoke, okay, and I'm in my eyes, nothing can surprise me. I've seen it all. I've smoked it all, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna smoke some cool dispensary weed. This is gonna be awesome. I was not prepared. I was not ready. I was a fool. I bought. It looked just like this. It was like a little pre-filled vape, like a disposable vape, and I got that, and then Jeff wanted me to buy him little. He didn't want to wait in line, but he wanted me to buy him little joints. I bought him a little can of joints, and so we left. I hit the pen, and then we immediately go into the store called the Evolution Store, and it is a store for super rich people who want to buy dead exotic animals. And let
They
me just
sell
show you some of
other
the stuff
stuff.
they have. Here's a dinosaur tooth. The first thing I saw that I immediately knew I had to leave was this. This is real. For those of you who can't see, it's a genuine African lion skin rug.
I'm sure Kevin can throw it up on the.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um,
On the video.
I
To
was-
the listeners, I'm sorry.
I was not ready for that. They had like a whole orangutan. Like look at this bad boy.
It's just saying send a photo. Give it a sec.
You'll see.
I know. I'll see it in a minute. Did they have the dodo bird?
That's extinct. Dude.
So's a dinosaur tooth.
Yeah, but
It was like a whole
fossilized
bird.
tooth.
Yeah, find the bird fossil. And
They
Put
also had
feathers on it.
minerals and shit. They had like rare minerals and metals and stuff.
Yeah, hold on.
I got a
some
little
pictures
bismuth.
of I might have pictures of those. The bismuth.
Oh, so you guys bought stuff?
I bought a bismuth.
Here is
It's a
some
bismuth.
Bismuth, you know Pepto-Bismol?
Yeah.
So the active ingredient of Pepto-Bismol is it's like bismuth subsilicate or something like that.
Okay.
A bismuth is a metal that
Okay, that's what I thought was a metal.
yeah, but it forms these very intricate crystalline structures if you like melt it, and then you can get it to crystallize, and they form in like squares, and they're very pretty, and it's very interesting that we drink it for upset
To
stomach
throw
and
up.
diarrhea.
Bro, you should have bought something, Brent. If I would have walked in, there's a bearskin rug when I walked in. I
It
would
was
have
all
loved.
so expensive.
It was
I
also
believe it.
expensive.
The
and-
monkey cracks
and
me
I
up.
was so unbelievably stoned that all I know is Jeff looked at me and was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, we need to get the fuck out of here right now."
Yeah, this doesn't look like the place to be at when you're doing that.
No, hold on, look.
Here's the thing.
I
Nobody
know it's for
told
rich
him to-
people because like there's no prices on any of this.
There are prices. They're just kind of hidden.
Cat.
Yeah, that's a cat skeleton. You
Well,
need to buy
actually,
that.
so some things don't have prices, but they say to like just inquire about it. But like, so there are some really really high dollar things that do have prices, and they're very expensive. Like there was like a big bismuth that was like $300, but I got like I think a $40 bismuth.
Hmm.
It's pretty cool. I'll throw a picture of my bismuth up for the YouTube viewers. This is sorry to the audio listeners. There's a lot of visuals in this episode that are directly entangled to what we're talking about.
So yeah, so there was that, and then one night we stood in line for like 2 hours for this place called Tommy Jazz.
Oh yeah, Tommy Jazz was sick.
It was awesome. So imagine you stand in line for over 2 hours in the cold,
Oh, he's about to roast me.
in the cold January New York winter. We're on an island. There's water. It's cold.
It was
And
very
we're,
cold.
we're standing outside forever. We see everybody go in. We see people passing us. We see people get in line. We see people get out of line. Okay, and we wait through it all. And there's a to tell you what it is. Tommy Jazz is a Japanese jazz restaurant. It's like a little jazz bar. Right across
Oh my
It's a-
god! This is not what I
is
thought.
a
He was.
Peking duck.
Yeah, there's a Peking duck house.
And-
That's what the restaurant.
And I
is
had to
called.
fight for 2 hours with two men saying, "Please, what if we just hopped out of line and went to the Peking duck instead?" And I had to stay true. No, please. We're here. The line's moving.
The
Please.
thing about it is Peking duck. It's just it's like
I had to deal with this.
crispiest skin
I had to deal with
on,
this.
on a whole duck.
I believe you, and I assure you went to this jazz place,
We
Tommy
did.
Jazz.
We did go to the.
We
jazz
get
place.
in. We get in. I'm so excited. It's so dimly lit. It's so small. There's a man in the corner, an old Japanese man strumming a guitar.
There's a lady playing her soul out on the flute.
She's fluting it out. There's a man playing the piano. Oh my god, I'm in love. They immediately come in and put us in way in the back
This is what I thought he was going to roast
into
me
a
about.
cubby, into the tiniest little cubby. So we squeeze into this little cubby, and next to us are the most pretentious assholes you've ever heard in your entire life. So I'm talking like, so I just started my new job at the White House, and oh, have you read Obama's book yet? I just finished it. It was actually so good. Like that kind of conversation, and I was dying. Like, oh my god. This is like we are away from the. I can hear
This is real.
I can hear the music faintly in the background. Like
It wasn't faint.
it was
It
faint.
just wasn't loud.
Kevin was on the aisle. Like I was shoved in the corner.
Oh, you were kind of in the back.
I was shoved in the back. I could barely hear the music far away from me. This man comes up and says, "Gentlemen, 3 seats just opened right up front, right next to the music. Would you like to be seated there?"
And
And Kevin immediately goes, "No thanks, we're good."
That's not what happened.
That is
Brent did not hear what I said. I said to the guy, I was like, I mean, I'm fine here. And I looked at the other guys and I was like, if you guys are fine here, I'm cool staying. Because I was just trying to be polite, I guess. I don't know.
That's how it happened in his head.
That's actually what
really happened was he was like, "I'm good, right, guys? Okay." And that's how it happened. He was like,
I'm with
he was
Brent.
like, "Right, guys?" And then, and
'Cause
like,
that is
we
what
didn't
you
have
did.
and he was like, "Yeah, we're good." He looked at us, but I didn't have a chance. I didn't have time to say anything. I didn't have time to respond. He was just like, "Yeah, this is fine," and he left.
I paused and looked.
and
He high fives.
and then he when he really looked was after the man left, because he looked at my face then.
Oh, yeah. He looked very upset. But he didn't say anything.
He didn't.
I don't
say
think he had a
time.
chance.
I didn't have a chance. I would have. I very clearly would have, to save myself embarrassment of having to get up and be like, "Sir, hello." I didn't have to get up, but
Yeah,
he came back. But I did have to get up to pee, so that's why I confused it in my head, because I had to move through that tiny little restaurant just to get to the bathroom. But it was a nightmare.
we still got the seats. We got the other
I was like,
seats.
"Sir, please, if it opens up again, could you please let us sit for. And he's like, it's still open. I was like, oh, thank God.
So Brent saved the day.
I saved the day. Our seats were so. We got to see a man play the piano backwards.
Yeah, it was really cool. I was just trying to be polite, you know.
I didn't.
Man,
care
you in
about-
New York, if 3 seats open up, you say yes, sir.
It did feel very cool that they like. I don't know. It made me feel important for some reason that guy came to us and was like, "Hey, you guys want the better seats?" But I was just
Everywhere
you
in
know,
New York had like this exquisite bottled water with like leaves in it.
It's the tap. It's tap water in New York City.
And
is,
like mint leaves.
good.
And I bought a bottle of wine.
That was terrible.
It wasn't terrible, but I still drank like the whole thing anyways.
I had, I think, 4 different cocktails.
Yeah, he really went hog wild with the cocktails. He got a little litty titty.
I like just went down the list and was trying the different cocktails. They were all very good, except for one was kind of weird.
You don't have to push play on these videos. You can watch them later. I just want you to see the thumbnail of the lady playing the flute and the man playing the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And I also sent a picture that I took of Kevin and I sitting at the.
I saw that. That's cute.
It was cute. It was a cute little picture.
So anything else you guys really get into that was noteworthy?
Oh
yeah.
my god. Wait, oh my god.
What are you gonna say?
Okay, so a couple episodes ago, we told everybody that we weren't going to watch Avatar.
You guys watch it in 4D?
We watched it in
Oh, no.
40x.
40x.
Oh shoot.
And it was here's my official review of Avatar, everybody. It was perhaps the most boring movie I've ever watched in my whole fucking life. Being in a mechanical bull didn't fucking save this movie.
A wet mechanical
My
bull.
chair was squirting water on the back of my head, and it was so fucking boring.
I can't believe I'm so happy.
You know how often I get up to pee. I didn't pee once. It was because I lived in fear, bro. When we say the seats move,
It was.
we were not. I was
I
not
shit
ready.
you not. It was
David.
literally like we were on like a fucking tandem mechanical bull.
Like imagine the system of a mechanical bull, but just a row of 4 chairs. Okay. And so they play like a little intro before the movie starts to like let you know what you're in for. Like
And
a
this
little 4DX intro.
this guy like fucking flips off his motorcycle, and you feel like you flipped off a fucking motorcycle.
So it's that, but like every time a character is in the water, which is 90% of the movie, it's like you'd think. So what I thought it was just gonna be like, you know, we're like gently waving.
But you're like on a fucking crashing fucking ocean storm.
Yeah, because like there's only like maybe one part. There's like one part of the movie where you're on like a boat, and it's
I
like
was just really immersed at that point.
They just keep
That was
dumping
really
water
good.
on you. You're in a
It's
duck.
so okay. So this thing has like a little urethra behind your head, and it fucking squirts water straight up into the air. It was so fucking funny. We looked over,
it was hilarious because there was one guy
and
his chair was like
squirter was squirting.
it must have been
Let me tell
broken
you.
because it was like every time like it'd be like beep, and we get like a little splash of water and be like, ooh, this
His was
dude
going
was
fucking
like
8 feet in the air.
in the air, dude. It was getting hang time. You could see it. It was crazy. But
But it didn't help the fucking boring fucking movie.
No.
Man,
I'm
that's awesome.
sad
that
that you
hated
didn't
it.
see it.
You
I
wanted to
just-
see it so bad and got
'cause
so
the
sad when
technical
we're like,
spectacle.
we're not watching that.
I will say the 3D was really good.
I
was-
thought
I
the
believe
3D
that.
wasn't that great.
Oh,
I was disappointed by the whole thing. Maybe it's because I got a mild concussion and some whiplash from the mechanical bull. I
It was
eventually
really
just
crazy,
kind of let
David.
my neck go.
Oh my god! Yeah, no. Let me tell you, it became a really wild experience for me because halfway through, Kevin just went limp. He went limp. So every time and they were little movements, bro. I mean, it really just like shook you, and Kevin just flopping like a ragdoll in the seat next to me while we're getting wet. Like,
You fucking ragdolled yourself away from the mic.
Kevin like just became like A baby who's
Like,
just the
It was
parent
gonna
wasn't
hurt my
like-
fucking neck,
like
bro.
you know, like you ever see in like a movie whenever someone gets a car crash and the car flips and their hands just kind of go like wild. That's what was happening to Kevin's entire body.
Midway through, Kevin heard Andy's coming and went limp.
You know, in a video game where when you kill an NPC and they just kind of go flying.
And the rat,
That was-
the
that was
ragdoll,
me.
that was his body.
But
And our
it
buddy
was,
Jeff
it was just
fell asleep.
like 5 times.
Fell asleep, and he kept getting
What
awakened
is
by
that-
the rashing, thrashing ocean waves.
What does that say about him that he's fallen asleep in such an abusive?
I don't
Oh,
understand.
my man can sleep anywhere.
I was holding on for dear life, and I look over and just knocked. He's just not, and I'm like, when is it gonna end? I've got a headache. I'm sweating. I'm wet. My cracks got wetness in it. I'm like every inch of my body is just wet from either sweat or the.
I probably would have pooped. Probably would have shaken something out of me.
So, and I'm not. We can't say which theater we went to because this will be incriminating. After the movie, we got.
It was the
confused.
Times Square Regal 4DX theater.
Oh my god, we're incriminated now.
This is not a crime.
I'll be the judge of that.
So
Could have been a crime.
it could have been a crime. It actually really could have been a crime.
We're gonna have to bleep you.
So they don't mark the exits in this building where they don't tell you if you can't leave out of a certain exit without an alarm going
they're,
off.
like,
They're
doing-
supposed to like have
Mhm.
it posted. Exiting via this door will leave you fucking stranded unless you fucking want to set off an alarm somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have that posted. I just saw an exit sign and I was like, okay, we can just leave through there. They didn't list it as an emergency exit. I just saw an exit sign. I was like, okay, guys, let's just fucking leave here.
And I follow him because I kept calling him our fearless leader.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin was like, because he just took that role everywhere we went.
Yeah.
And so I just let him roll. Followed him into the sketchy stairwell. And
Which every stairwell in New York is
it was
pretty
especially
sketchy.
It was a type of stairwell that you walk into it and then immediately feel like the door just locked behind us.
I
didn't it?
have walked into a bajillion of those stairwells
So
for
we
my
go
time as a trade
we go
worker.
down thinking we can get out, and I open the door and immediately it goes like the whole building like
No, it was local. It was a local alarm at the door.
but it was like it felt like the whole floor that I had just opened started to wail, and I immediately shut it, and the alarm
and
stopped.
then so we go down to the next level, and then that door is clearly posted that it will cause an alarm if you open it. So we're like, fuck. And then so we walk all the way back up, and the door's locked to get back through the door
the door we went through
and
and
then-
locked behind us.
Thank goodness. We just kept knocking at the door, and eventually some good Samaritan opened the door for us. So we
We were like,
leave.
"Hey, bro, don't go in there."
And I, being the nosy man that I am, peeped the annunciator panel for the alarm system on the way out, and we definitely caused a trouble on that system.
Nah, that's not. You didn't commit a crime. That happens. False alarms and stuff.
But like, I don't know. I think it's their fault.
I was gonna say, yeah.
It's 100%
Because I
their
mean,
fault because they were doing active construction in that building.
yeah. I mean, our
but-
Regal, like, we have the emergency sticker on the doors,
Yeah.
so like, yeah, it's pretty marked. You
Yeah,
got-
this door wasn't marked. It didn't have any markings. They were doing construction, but that doesn't.
was this like a standalone theater?
No?
It was like in a complex.
What time did you see
Yeah.
the movie?
It was late.
So it might have been like that's normal. It's just the places around it were closed, so
It-
they were armed.
Possibly.
That's the only thing I
well,
can
it was
think
the
of.
fire alarm system.
Hmm.
But I think they're using their fire alarm for more,
As a
more like as like
security
fire
and-
alarm and life safety, not
Yeah,
security.
life,
but
yeah.
if that's like an emergency exit, if you exit there, something's fucking wrong.
Uh-huh.
But they just didn't post that on the door in
That's funny.
the Regal because they were doing construction there. But they should have put something up.
Yeah.
And so like I joked about it being incriminating, but like
Yeah, no, I mean that's an honest mistake. You didn't know that there's no sign.
yeah, there's nothing. Honestly, straight up, we should just left out the main door. Fuck them.
Hindsight, we should have just went with the crowd.
No, there was no crowd. It was just us.
Man,
That's funny.
But it was perhaps the most boring movie I've ever seen in my life. Avatar. 2.
Awesome.
It was so. You've seen Avatar 1, right?
Mhm.
You've seen Avatar 2.
Okay.
They just It was like the whole movie was just a rehash.
just
of the-
There's
underwater.
the main plot
Yeah,
has to do with there's like one of the main plots is it's like a whale,
yeah.
and
Neat.
and he's been like ostracized,
And
and
they
the main
couldn't-
character can like talk to him.
Yeah. Well, they all can talk to the whales, you know. But the main character really takes a liking to that one.
Because the one that he talks to is like,
A real bad guy,
yeah,
but he wasn't. He was actually the hero all along. And the whales. So the unobtainium of this movie is like whale cum or something. And like makes you makes you immortal.
You guys do anything else in New York?
What we did other stuff. I just can't think of anything off the top.
I was
of
like,
my head.
anything noteworthy?
we
Shoot.
walked by the Empire State Building. I was like, hey, look.
Huh.
I looked up at one point and it was just like red and
Oh.
like in our line of sight.
We got first class tickets on the airplane.
Of course you
We
did.
got wined and dined.
Yeah, it was
course you
fucking
did.
fancy as hell.
David, we'll take you some
David, yeah.
date.
Actually, David, I think didn't I offer for you to come after Matt backed out?
Yes, and it was way too
I
late
know,
in the game.
but
Your gesture was very hollow. Appreciated, but hollow.
Damn.
You have no rebuttal. You
It-
know what?
but,
Yeah. No, yeah, we'll go next time and stuff.
yeah, and we'll have to bring our other friend along.
Yeah,
You know the friend.
yeah.
Yeah.
Little guy's always wanted to go.
Yeah, he. I had lunch with him today, and he.
He's adorable.
He was like, you went to New York and you didn't invite me."
Yeah.
I was like,
Um,
I was just trying to escape for a
dude.
few days.
Speaking of him, we had a movie night last night at his house.
And you watched Skinamarink?
Skinamarink. I figured he would have brought it up.
Yeah.
I did not care for that.
Yeah, he said that it was really weird, but he also said that I might like it.
I can see you liking it. It's very up. There's no plot.
Hmm.
It's like one where like everyone has these theories on what it's about. It's a very
Yeah.
oddly shot film.
Interesting.
I'll
That
show you
sounds
the-
like it's right up Brent's alley.
Yeah, I'll show you.
100%.
I'll show you guys the trailer once we're done and stuff. Like it's interesting. I just didn't find it scary. I didn't care for it.
Brent smiling. I don't know if it's because he agrees that something like that might be right up his alley, or if he heavily disagrees. I
Yeah.
don't know which.
But
Hard to say.
but no, it was it was an interesting watch.
Yeah.
It's one of, like I said, we started late and I was just so tired. Like I was so tired. And around like the last 30 minutes, I'm like, that has to be the ending. And then it would just be a new shot. I'm like, how many more shots are we getting of this play? Because like it's
He
just
said
it's a
that-
lot of static shots.
Yeah, he said that there were a lot of stills in it, and I was like, that's weird.
It is. It is such a weird movie.
He said it was like a film festival movie that Shudder like
Yeah.
picked up the rights to.
And like someone's like, "Oh, I won't be able to sleep." And I'm like, whatever.
Wait, really? What? Who said
It's
that?
it's I'd put it in the more unsettling category just because of how the nature of it.
I don't.
So I mean, it's just one of
From
the
what I've heard about it, it doesn't sound like a man. I'm gonna have a hard time sleeping tonight kind of film.
it's very real
yeah
in a way, yes.
interesting.
I will it's an unsettling realistic kind of thing, especially once you get into the theories of it.
Huh?
So I will say that. I mean, I appreciate it.
haven't seen it. I've heard about it.
Yeah.
Our friend told me about it,
Mhm.
and I already have my own theories about the movie.
Yeah.
So
But no, I mean, I might watch it with you guys if you want. I just don't care enough to.
you want to force him to watch this movie?
All right. It's just-
I don't think Brent wants to watch it.
I don't want to watch it either.
All right, well then we just you know what? We've done it live. We're not gonna watch that movie. Sorry, everybody.
There's not. We would not be able to review it. I promise you. There would be. We would be like, "This is my theory," and then we'd be like, "See you next week." There'd be nothing to review, dude.
I mean, it could, you know, come
No.
on. Could be like a.
No.
There could be something there.
I can only talk about a staticky still shot of a dark hallway for so long
I can talk about that for so long.
And by so long, I mean it was dark. Anyways, it's just, yeah. I appreciate the artistic value of it. It was bold. I would not watch it again. I like how we've just snuck in a couple mini movie reviews.
Yeah, we have.
But like, we watch movies. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, fuck you, James Cameron.
No.
Sorry, I needed to get that out.
I
felt very strongly about that.
It's fine. It's fine.
That son of a bitch. He made it out like that movie was going to be the best fucking movie ever. I cannot believe it made so much money.
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 Sound like a speak and spell. Money.
Not this again.
That's not even an accent. What the heck?
Money.
That's what.
I'll give it to him. That was all right.
That was all right.
It was
dude.
kind of an accent.
The bar's low.
Money.
If the bar's low, eventually I'll clear it on something.
Something.
Aw.
You got me on money. Like, come on.
You spent a whole end of an episode getting me.
You got yourself.
You got yourself. What do you want from us? What?
We tried to take you to the bayou.
I was at the bayou.
You were not at the bayou.
We were at the bayou. You weren't at the bayou.
I thought I was.
You almost did it.
You almost tried.
You almost tried. I heard it. I heard you winding up.
Ah. He said, ah.
What are you talking about? You guys are jerks.
I'm sorry, David.
I just want to do accents and impressions for my friends, and they just make fun of me.
Do a Bill Cosby.
Hey.
Can I get a pass? New celebrity.
No.
No, you have to
Do Bill
Cosby
Cosby
right
now.
now.
Guys, it's February.
What does that have to do with anything?
I can't do an insensitive Bill Cosby accent on February.
Do the Cosby.
Do it now. Say Jello pudding.
What are you doing? Oh, you're preparing. All right, silence, everybody.
I hear a train in the distance. It's a train of me being canceled.
That's okay.
It's coming for me.
We're gonna get canceled for watching Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
You won't.
Wait, you don't.
The plot line says trans rights.
Huh?
The plot line says trans rights.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We are all about trans
Yeah.
rights.
Yeah, we get
here.
behind that. Human rights in general, yeah.
Yeah.
We just also we like things we grew up with.
Yeah.
And
That's not our fault.
and
the-
screw people for ruining that.
Yeah,
for
it's not
us.
our fault. The
Yeah.
creator's a wacko.
Yeah, she knows who she is. That bitch.
I bought the Harry Potter game and I immediately donated the cost of the game to the Trevor Project.
Good,
As
good,
you should.
good call.
Yeah.
You get a pass.
Also, gamers, if you buy the Harry Potter game and you feel morally wrong about it, just donate some money to the Trevor Project.
Yeah.
My rule of thumb is there's no way in hell J.K. Rowling is making more than 15%.
A soul for a soul.
If you donate at least 15% of the cost of the game to the Trevor Project, then that realistically absolves you of any wrong that you may have done by putting money into her pocket.
Yeah. For those you don't know, the Trevor Project is a nonprofit organization that helps out LGBTQ plus youth.
Mhm.
So go donate to them.
Yeah.
Now in the pudding
Oh, God.
Oh yeah, there it is.
David, it's February. How dare
How
you?
could you?
No, it is. Oh no.
How could you?
I tried.
What's that voice you're doing? You sound soft and submissive.
Maybe they won't cancel me. Oh.
Please stop that.
All right.
I can only get so aroused.
You're a sicko. Was that a good Bill Cosby impression?
You know, it was all right.
It wasn't the worst one ever.
You could tell who I was doing.
No.
Bubble.
Actually, I'm gonna say it. I think David did better.
Good.
This is
I'm glad.
groundbreaking.
I'm happy for him.
This is in the history.
He needs it. He needed
This is
it
in the history books.
because I always have that I can't declare.
I also declare.
No.
I feel so bad laughing at you about it now too.
Declare.
Because
we did like soul searching after to find out why I
Yeah.
can't do the accent.
yeah,
It's because my freaking impediment.
yeah. I didn't know that David had a speech impediment whenever he was a kid.
I had a speech impediment. I couldn't say my R's.
I can't do
couldn't-
R's
he
either.
couldn't do
but
his R's
it's
either.
stuck with me. Like
But
the R's, like
Did you ever go to a class for it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Oh,
did too.
no, oh,
Because
sorry,
mine used to be
well.
like shh and stuff, but
I
R
had
is just something.
one-on-one training. I had one-on-one like peer
Mhm.
like this lady taught me how to say
Well,
my R's right because I used to say my name was
your-
Brent.
Your lady did better than his lady. That's what we've learned here today.
Hey man, Miss Wilson was a G.
No, she still did her job because he doesn't call me Brent.
No,
My mom used to
uh,
pay me $5 to like say to her friends "wascally wabbit."
well,
That's straight up
child abuse,
not
fucked
cool.
up.
Not
That's
cool.
fucked up.
also, pretty easy way to make money.
Yeah, actually, you could have gamed that.
Oh, I
system.
did absolutely. I was
Actually,
like,
but
It's fucked
they're
up.
hunting wabbits.
It's fucked up, but if you're a true capitalist, you could really bank on that.
I said, "Ma, duck season."
But I told Kevin, I'm like, I can do R's and stuff, but there's like a couple words that I can't like do well. World, like that OR sound. So if I still have issues with some of my R's in my dialect, doing an accent with a predominant R sound is where I've
Yeah.
gone wrong.
So that explains why David can't do accents, at least to some degree.
Yeah. It's just like that little, some of my keys are a little off.
Like whenever he said zippity bop a minute ago, there was no R in that, so that's probably why it came out all right.
It's a mixed bag. But
And I can't believe you said that in February, though.
I know.
Goodness gracious.
Oh no.
Who would have ever thought?
You guys see the doomsday clock's about to like hit midnight?
Yeah,
Yeah, whatever.
you know what? We live in an era of Chinese spy balloons floating over the U.S.
Who gives a shit?
Whatever. Hit midnight.
Yeah, fuck it. What's the worst that could happen?
Like
It hit midnight, and immediately a Chinese spy balloon floated over
It
this
didn't hit
continental
midnight. It
United
got really
States.
close to midnight.
It's like-
It was like 9 seconds to midnight or something crazy.
And you know what?
it's the doomsday clock's a sham.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Like
It's just a bunch of people. People just determine.
it's a fear
How
mongering
fucked we
tactic.
are.
Huh?
No, it's not a fear mongering tactic.
it
It's like a
kinda
real
is.
council of people that like put it together. They
Who
like.
What
picked the council?
qualifications? Do you go to college and be like, I'm gonna work on the doomsday clock?
Yeah. Like I don't know a lot about the doomsday clock, to be fair.
It's
But
so they
At the same time, like it's not like an actual fucking clock.
they
and
brought
it's-
it around during the Cold War and stuff,
Yeah.
just to like when humans are on the brink of a man-made annihilation. And every
The
year in
bulletin
January,
of the atomic scientists,
every year in January they
Yeah,
like
I don't know who
a
the
group
fuck those
formed by the
people
Manhattan
are.
Project scientists at the University of Chicago.
Okay.
Back,
That I
like,
don't think that necessarily makes
If
them
you-
the best people
like,
to
like
determine.
I said, if you take the doomsday clock seriously, I'm sorry, like
yeah,
I
it's
don't.
not like a.
It is not a.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider that a thing to consider, like seriously.
It's a
consider
pretty
like
important metric. I think it's like the metric that it's like the same people that watch the fascists watchers who like do a list every year to see like what if like fascism is like and we last year we were the closest we've ever been to like we like
Well,
made
like,
it on the list.
There's gonna be these watch groups and stuff. It's just I feel like people like that put merit into them being like it's January and we're 9 seconds till midnight. Like we're closer right now than what we were in the Cuban Missile Crisis when they were about to launch. Like
yeah, but
and
do you know
there's-
how bad tensions are between us and China and Ukraine and Russia?
tensions are bad,
Tensions
but
are
I say
really
tensions
bad.
were worse when we had nuclear warheads pointed at each other, ready to
Yeah.
roll.
You don't know that we don't.
There
already
were fingers
have
on
that.
buttons.
Well, it's certainly if it's as bad as that close to midnight, you know, it's clearly not a public thing. That either fucking governments are making like a real thing out
The
of, like a public
Chinese
spectacle.
flew a balloon over our country.
Yeah, but like
Shout out to all of our listeners in China.
So here's
It's not your fault, maybe.
Well, maybe.
Baby.
I don't know, maybe
Xi
like a
Jinping, if you're listening.
Xi Jinping, if you're listening,
Fuck
suck
you.
my ass.
Is
You Winnie the Pooh looking motherfucker.
Is that the leader of China?
Yeah,
It's
that's the
bad because you said
president of
that. I'm like, Brent, you can't just make up a name like
China.
that.
No, Xi Jinping is the president of
You
China.
can't just make up a name like that.
But like the balloon could gather no more information than a low orbit.
People were
spy
shooting
we
at
used
it.
a $400,000 missile to blow it up.
which is ridiculous.
Hell yeah, brother.
But their low orbit spy satellites can gain roughly the same information that a balloon can.
Like I said, it's just,
Especially at the altitude that it was at.
listen, the doomsday clock is like our like updated version of the Mayan calendar. Like,
No,
I don't know if that's the same thing.
Not at all.
The Mayans just their calendar
Their
ended.
calendars stopped at a
Yeah.
certain point, and they're like, "Well, time goes no further."
David, I know the Mayan calendar was a very significant part of your growing up.
Are you one of those people that believe we died in 2012 and this is all just purgatory?
no.
Because I do. Life hasn't been the same since. Has anything felt real since 2012? No.
I fell in love.
This again. Kevin, if you would have just kissed him at midnight.
I don't want to talk about 2012.
You were in love in 2012? You were like...
No.
Oh,
Since
with
20.
the Mayan
Oh,
calendar.
I was going to say, what? You were like 13. Shut up.
Fine. So,
I'm so excited for this. I don't think you've heard this story.
like 2012, that was our freshman year of high school. Yes. We were freshmen.
Oh my god, that's what you mean. No, it wasn't. It was the year before.
We graduated 2016, the fall of 2012 was our freshman year.
What year did the Avengers
Yeah.
come out?
2011. It was our 8th grade year. We went on that field trip.
But
no,
it-
it came out 2012.
Yeah. It was both. It was both our freshman year
And our-
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like our
Yeah.
because it was our end of year, which is an awesome field trip.
I actually didn't go to that.
Huh.
I
well, sure.
I couldn't afford the ticket.
1 for 1 because you totally
I know.
flexed on Brent
Yeah.
earlier, so we'll
Yeah.
1 for 1
I
that.
was making a bad joke.
Wish
and
we were
then-
friends then, because my mom would have paid for you. So you
Yeah.
could have come with.
But
Yeah,
And I could have been like, remember that one time?
I was poverty stricken back then.
Damn.
so it's 2011, and like the logistical side of my small brain at that point was like, the world's not gonna end, but like there's that like voice in the back like, what if it does? And that was enough for me to be like, oh no, I'm not gonna graduate high school. I'm not gonna get married. Like all my weird fears I had in 8th grade were, and so we had a New Year's Eve all night party with my church youth group where we were just like chilling in the gym, like playing basketball, stuff like that. Like, and so they of course feed us a lot of pizza because it is the traditional feed the masses youth group snack. And the clock's getting there. It's 2011, about to hit 2012. And like, as it got closer, my mortality became more evident because I'm like, this is the last New Year's I ever celebrate. This time next year will be nothing. And then some guy's like, you want to play basketball? I'm like, there's no time. And so I'm sitting in like a room with a couple people.
Existential little baby.
Yeah,
David.
I'm having like my first like sense of existential dread. And the clock hits midnight and everyone's like cheering. And I have made myself so nervous and sick that I throw up.
I think I've heard this story, yeah.
I'm
I
like,
think you've heard us joking about it.
I'm like in the bathroom.
David's over here like the prophecy.
Like it is violent. I ate so much pizza. It's so bad. Someone checked on me like, you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. They're like, what's wrong? I'm like, I think I just ate
The
a
Mayans.
I'm like, I think I just ate a lot of pizza. But in my mind, I'm like, it's over. These people are sheep.
I'm the only one that truly knows it.
And so it was a trend throughout the year of 2012
What?
that if like I really overthought it, I'd get sick. And so sometimes I would just be in school. I'm like, oh, time to go to the bathroom. Because the teacher's like,
That's really sad.
dude, I lived in constant fear of a fucking calendar.
The Mayans, they all died, and you're over here like they must have known something was up.
Can you imagine, like, all those years ago, they're just like, yeah, we made it far enough, let's quit. And then one person's like, wait, there's going to be this small child that is going to chronically throw up at the thought of this being the end.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. And they throw their...
I'm clocking out.
Literally. Beep.
Beep. I was thinking more bing, but beep was pretty good.
But so 2012 approaches December 21st. I did not watch the 2012 movie, by the way, until like 2018-ish. One, it didn't look good from a movie standpoint, and two, I'm like, I don't want to know what happens. They made the movie before 2012, and for some reason Dave was like, they know something I don't. I can't stress how stupid I was. And so
You were just a scared kid.
And so, like, it's the 21st. We don't have school. We're on Christmas vacation. And my mom is at work. And my dad has to work. So I'm home alone on the 21st. So I'm like, this is how it ends. Alone. So I sit on the floor and play my PlayStation all day. And I'm like, any minute now. It'll happen. I called my dad, like, every hour. So I'm like, you okay? My dad's like, stop calling me.
Please leave me alone.
And then,
who are you?
and then I went to bed, and I was still so paranoid that I'm like, what if daylight savings wasn't a thing back then? So I'm like, maybe it'd be tomorrow. It wasn't.
No, really? Really?
It wasn't. But yeah, the Mayans had me tripping for an entire year.
I can't believe you don't think it's hilarious, the idea that little baby David was so scared of the Mayan calendar that he just absolutely threw up
Blowing
for a whole
chunks.
year. That's crazy.
I've been through worse.
That doesn't matter.
That doesn't
This
matter.
isn't a game
It's
of
just
who has more
nothing.
chronic anxiety.
Nothing makes me like chronic anxiety doesn't make me.
Can't wait to boost that piece of audio.
I'm just gonna cut it.
Chronic anxiety doesn't make me laugh.
That's what I like to hear.
We just start actively bullying him online until we get our soundbite.
You're too quiet.
But no, like, yeah, it sucked. And like looking back, it's super funny that like that was just like,
It's so funny.
I think it was just like, I mean, because we were way too young to even worry about Y2K. I think that was
Yeah.
the first like mainstream conspiracy of like the world is gonna end, like
You wanna
something
know
bad's
what,
gonna happen.
Like my only memory of you in high school is
It's probably bad.
High school?
I feel like one main memory of you.
It's
You
probably-
know
Is
what
it
is. You know what
Mudkip?
it is. It's Mudkip.
Yeah,
Oh, man,
yeah.
Mudkip.
Dude, that was like the senior all night party. That,
That
was like a
the
buzzer.
end of high
That
school.
was the end of high
That
school.
was a buzzer beater.
We were at the all night party at the YMCA, and we're in this. I don't know what possesses me to ask this question.
I can't stress how unprompted it was too. I was swimming and Brent's
We
like,
were
come
on
here.
opposite sides of a giant pool, and I yelled at you. You didn't even come. You didn't. I think I yelled at you to come there, but you were like, "No, what?" And so you were
Very
like,
me answer.
yeah. He's like, "No, what do you want?" And I was like, "I have a question." He's like, "Well, just ask it." And so like across the
This
pool.
is not the question I thought would be yelled. I thought it'd be like,
Well,
you want to
you
get
wanted to-
food?
Yeah, no. So I was like, "What Pokemon would you fuck?" And immediately, within seconds, Mudkip. Like without
No
even-
hesitation.
no hesitation, not a thought. Like, he knew. Like it's like he knew the question. Like he already knew what I was gonna ask.
Maybe he did all along. It was in his heart. So
And I'll
David,
never forget it.
Since we're at the all-night party.
No, let's not. So
Wait, what happened at what
No,
else happened at the
please,
all-night
let's
party?
just cut this part
Wait,
out.
no. Now I have to know. What'd you do?
We can talk to you about it off the air.
I refuse. This will be brought up eventually.
Maybe one day.
Oh, well, now you're
I mean,
leaving
I
the
feel like it's
audience and me
topical.
with blue
I don't
balls.
think it's
It's the same
talk
night.
about blue balls.
I mean,
What
also
happened?
that-
I was there.
but you weren't there. No,
Alright,
so the
tell
senior
your
all-night
story.
party also, I was miserable. So background, we graduated. Some of us had heat poisoning from our like party before.
Oh my god, yeah.
Some of our skins, so our school colors are red and white. Some of our skin matched our red gowns. Like some people
wild.
were still miserable. Some people were
I
sick.
Yeah.
Also,
And I was delirious.
also our graduation went super long, so a lot of us are dehydrated. I did what I could. After a certain time, I could not eat or drink anything
yeah.
because I had surgery the next morning on my nose and my chin. And so
I knew about that.
that's where I got my
And I
Yeah.
forgot about that plot point.
Yeah,
the whole
so I
night.
was already super cranky and upset that I can't eat the night I graduate or drink.
Are you gonna talk about the thing I think you're gonna talk about?
It has to be.
Do you want to go down this route
Mhm.
on like a public facing thing?
Mhm.
Okay.
Now I'm so doubly curious. What
It's just gonna
happened?
be if the person in question's gonna know if they ever hear this.
That's fine.
Oh,
We're way
I
past
feel
that.
like I know.
I mean, we're way past that. It doesn't
This
matter
is
to
high
me.
school drama.
Yeah,
Who
it's
cares?
some high school.
Yeah,
drama.
it doesn't
now I-
matter.
It's
now I
just
wanna
gonna be
know.
kind of awkward.
Now I want to know.
think.
Well, you're not
We
gonna
will-
name names.
This person, if they ever hear it, not that they will, if they ever hear it, it'll be super awkward.
You know how many times
cares?
I've crossed their path since we graduated? Like 2 times at college.
That's fair.
So going into senior year, I liked this girl.
Yeah.
And I'm a funny guy. I don't think I'm ugly, so I'm like, I have a shot. And so I put some effort into it. Kevin also liked her.
By this point,
Didn't we also have another friend that liked her? Like, it was like a
Yes.
weird,
And then she liked another one of our friends.
yes, it was messy.
It was a huge mess.
Who's the friend she liked? Hey everyone, David here. I'm editing this, and for some reason, Kevin said the whole name when we were talking about this, so I'm gonna cut that. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks. You're like,
Oh.
first name, last name, social security number.
State ID number.
We can cut it. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's not like we just fucking put these up. It's not like we're live.
I'm
right
live
now.
streaming this right now.
Oh.
Anyways, I want to keep the reaction of us being like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, you're gonna have to bleep the date.
Please bleep it. That's
what
that's
the
how.
world?
But
Just
God,
put
dude.
first name, last name in place.
I can't believe that.
Hold on.
And you're normally one
Hold
to be like, "All right, guys, remember, let's be careful about identities." And you're just loose tonight.
I don't know what's up with me. I'm a little rusty. Hold on, just real quick. Silence, everybody. First name, last name. All right. I just wanted a good one to.
Yes,
I liked mine.
I think we should just. I think it should.
We
just
can use
be-
any of them.
I think it's just a bleep.
First name, last name.
But anyways, so yeah, so it's messy.
Yeah.
First name, last name, doesn't like her anymore. Really, like he kind of
Yeah.
drops out.
I've also.
Which that's a
kinda-
whole other story. You've kind of dropped out.
I've realized I don't have a shot. At
Yes,
this point.
I am the front runner. I'm in the Kentucky Derby. I'm the favorite right now.
I'm here, but I'm gay, so I'm not in this.
Yeah. Brent's super closeted at this
I
point.
was
Yes,
gonna
very
say, I'm
much
like,
in
you were
the
still
closet.
closeted. Yes,
Uber in the closet.
the big walk-in closet.
Come
The
on.
biggest closet.
He's just in there.
Yeah, just-
Just in there,
It's just
man.
hiding.
he's got a TV. It's kind of kitted out.
I don't know, man. It's just like in there. But so the all-night party hits, and I'm like, we out of this joint. I didn't say that.
We out of here.
Dude, you probably didn't see it when we did graduate. Like, our principal kept like dragging on the final words and stuff. So like we falsed through our caps up one time, and she's like, "I'm not done," and we're like, "No." And then I got crowd surfed. So I got crowd surfed from the front row to like the L's, and she's like, "I'm not done." I'm like, "Put me back up there." And so like she's continuing, and you just see me slowly getting crowd surfed back to the front row.
I didn't see that.
Dude, because I'm by two of our friends, and they
Yeah.
pick me up and just toss me, and everyone's like, "Woo!" I'm like,
That's
"Put me back."
hilarious.
Just slowly form me back. I'm like,
I had a really bad graduation night. All the memories
I'm
were
sorry,
flooding
buddy.
back.
Yeah.
I don't know. We have Mudkip still.
Yeah, but that Mudkip can't fix what happened.
No. So we get out of the pool. Just at the YMCA. This is the same time frame as the Mudkip incident.
Yeah, it was. And just for some context, I am completely out of it.
His medicine is
I have ADHD real bad, and whenever my medication wears off, if I don't go to sleep within like a certain period of time, I get like a second wind, and then a third wind, and then a fourth wind, and then a fucking 25th wind. It just
Yes.
keeps going, and I have a really hard time going to sleep after that. And the goal was to not go to sleep. And so I'm like, I'm gone. I'm not me anymore.
And so, leading up to this moment, I think I've been doing pretty well tonight. I mean, it's been... And before that, we, in my friend group, have noticed we've lost visual on Kevin. He didn't tell us where he was going to go. And we even had friends like, I'm going to go check the snack bar. I'm going to check the gym. Like, we had a search party, and everyone came back, they're like, nothing. And we're just like, huh.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah, we're just like, where's Kevin? And you were just like off the grid. And so
I was waiting. I was waiting.
You're
for
in
my
like the
moment.
ceiling. And so we're all sitting around the pool and stuff talking, and all my friends know what's going on. We're talking, and they kind of like are slowly like etching out of the conversation. And if it was like a TV show, like a crack of lightning would have hit at this point to like indicate something super bad was about to happen. Kevin walks into the poolside area, wet still. When you've been out of the pool for a while, you were still damp.
I think I had just got out of the pool. I think maybe the reason you
were you
couldn't find
snorkeling?
me- maybe.
You were gone like a
I mean-
lily pad. But yeah, so he has that. He's t-shirt soaked. He has a towel wrapped around his head.
I have very short hair at the time.
Yes, he did not need the towel. I can't stress how unneeded everything in this was. And so we see him, and one of our friends is like, Kevin, hey. Kind of like also being like, get away from him. Kevin, always the wise man, ignores that fully. And he doesn't just walk up like a normal person. He Zoidbergs his ass. I'm talking full on walk, going whoop, 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 swinging his hips straight into our bubble. And I'm like, hey, Kevin. He's like, hey. Like he just did a...
I don't know if I was that goblin mode.
No, like you just did a line of coke. You like hit a second win somewhere.
It's because my brain's broken. I don't know what to tell you.
And like my friends are still like, Kevin, let's go to the gym. And Kevin like does not hear them. He is zoned in on me and this girl. And I'm like, what's going on, buddy? He's like, you want to go back in the pool? I'm like, not really. Kind of wanting to chill. Like just really trying to play it off. He just keeps talking. And then the girl's like, I'm going to go get some snacks with my friends. I'm like, oh, because I can't eat. And I'm like, I'll go with you. And Kevin's like, I'll come too. I was like, I'm not coming with you anymore. Because I can't be responsible for him. And so she left. And that is the last time I saw her that night.
Oh, I thought you were going to say ever.
Might as well.
Pretty much, dude. It was over. That was like ground zero for that. And like, there was no way it was just getting recovered.
What did you think?
Your mic has fallen so low.
What did you think was going to happen?
Marriage, everlasting love.
Everlasting love. This is Kevin being the best man at my wedding. I don't know. Things could have went right.
But
I could have had Zoidberg freaking bringing in the rings. Yeah. See that? Yeah. Sorry, it wasn't like this. It was
Zoidberg,
it was like a wacky weight being inflatable arm man, but Zoidberg. And we look back and laugh because I mean the past is the past. It's ridiculous. Like it sounds like I made this up. Like we have witnesses.
It's like a moment from a sitcom.
Like it's one of like the things I use to describe you. Like this is a thing, Kevin. This is our relationship.
Oh, you want to know? I have one of those too.
Oh God.
It's the way I met him.
Oh my God.
So we were in like what the fucking 7th, 8th grade, and I feel like I barely knew you. This is how early on it
we
was.
like brushed up against each other at like lunch. We would like sit a couple tables close.
I didn't know who you were.
Huh.
We all knew each other in middle school and we're not friends.
I remember this
David hated
vividly.
me in middle school.
I feel like I kind of vaguely didn't like you because you were loud.
You know, that's just and
you were a know-it-all.
So and this submitted my
you were a know-it-all.
This submitted my hatred towards you. I didn't like you after this. So you know how they let us into the, this is gonna really throw you back. They let us into the Octagon.
Yeah.
To sign yearbooks after we got our yearbooks, and it was like they let us all mingle so we could all trade yearbooks.
Yeah.
So I'm trading. I need to pull this yearbook out and find it. I'm trading yearbooks, and I get to Kevin. Kevin's like, "Hi," I'm like, "Hi," and so I'm just like, "You want to sign my yearbook?" And he's like, "Sure."
And I know how to leave a mark. This is a lasting impression.
I don't think I let you sign my yearbooks.
Takes my yearbook, gets to like the blank page, right? Like the front blank page, right? No, right? Writes Kevin McComas, like right in the center. Draws a giant sun around, like a circle around his name, and then draws like little sun triangles around the circle. And like took up like at least 75% of the page.
I wish there was a camera on this.
I was a menace.
The non-verbal communication me and you had through that story was impeccable.
That was my first interaction with Kevin, and I was pissed. I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Who does this?"
So, oh shit. I don't know how to properly defend myself.
Because you can't.
Like
you drew a sun on the boys' page.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, we all have things.
Yeah.
I kicked over during the original Guardians of the Galaxy. I kicked over David's popcorn bucket and heard about it for 4 years straight.
I don't remember this at all.
And then
you're lying.
I don't.
And then
you don't remember. Wait. Hold on. Wait a minute. I heard about this for years. You don't remember me, you, Christina, went and saw the original Guardians of the Galaxy.
Like, now that you've brought it up, I remember you
bought you just bought a large thing of popcorn, and I got up and didn't know you set it on the floor. Yeah, you got also there's tiny little self at the time. He was so small, and I got up and I just kicked it. I just didn't know it was there. I kicked it up, and he like really was genuinely mad at me. He was genuinely pissed at me.
You can't get in between this boy and his food.
like I just killed his firstborn child. I did it on purpose. Like I did it viciously. And I heard about it for years. The fact that you don't remember really kind of makes me mad because you gave me so much shit for it.
I'm such a different person.
Oh my god.
I can't believe.
You know, David got you back by not watching movies with you anymore in high school. And
by abandoning me,
trading you for me.
Yeah, I waited for months to see Ant-Man. I waited for months because David was my going to movies partner and my Superman movie partner, and we were gonna go see. Because we always went and saw superhero movies like Guardians of the Galaxy. We were gonna go see Ant-Man, and he was like, "Oh," kept pushing it back, and then was like, eventually was like, "Sorry, I saw it with my dad." I find out years later it wasn't his dad; it was fucking
me.
Kevin. And then he just lied to me and went with Kevin instead, and he never saw a movie with me again after that until we became friends as adults and we see movies with Kevin.
So.
I didn't lie.
You lied. You said it was your dad.
He's kind of my dad.
No, he's not. I've seen your dad.
Whenever we were freshmen in high school, these two upperclassmen
Day
girls,
one couldn't have said a worse tone. I hadn't even went to my locker yet.
You moved it up and down too much. The thing fucking came loose. Tighten the thing. Yeah. I think it might be the other way. I could be wrong.
It's up here. It's this
No,
one.
no, it's not. It's
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's having the other issue.
yeah. Well, he's fixing that. Maybe I'll wait.
Yeah, you should wait.
Okay.
This is the last story. We've
Well,
babbled.
I have a couple questions.
Okay.
Because this has all been very formative of our friendships over the years.
Yeah.
It's very interesting how we're friends now.
Yeah.
Um.
We have so many other stories too.
I
That
know.
link. It's crazy.
So freshman year of high school, these first day. So actually, hold on. Before I get to that, I have a question. Do you think the Mayan thing is what made you change your ways and become my friend?
No.
No.
There was no soul searching in that moment.
Yeah.
No.
It's very interesting.
You were, and I mean this in the nicest way, I had no friends that showed up that early to school, and you were a familiar face that was accessible.
Huh. Man.
So
Well-
that's why I'm like, I'm going to sit with at least someone that I know.
But at the time, you didn't know that I got to school early. You just
I didn't.
messaged
I
me.
s-
You just
I
text
saw you from
messaged
across
me?
cafeteria.
Oh.
I was in the cafeteria and saw you.
Oh, that was weird then, because I thought
Yeah,
you weren't
nah.
there.
Mm-mm. And like,
Huh.
because all my friends from middle school really like they moved.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot of friends like carrying over. Like I talk about it, I'm like from our middle school, like you two are the only people I like consistently talk to,
Mhm.
and a couple supporting characters I run into.
How do you think our lives would be different if I went to lunch every day with you guys?
I think it'd be. I think.
I think we'd still be here. We would just have
Yeah.
more stories.
Yeah, because
Our lunch table. Well,
You
that's
think
a,
there'd be other people here with us?
maybe I don't know.
You think they would have lived?
You think they would have stayed?
I don't think so. I think that if there were anybody that
Do you think we'd still be friends?
Yeah. Like I said, there'd be
Yes.
way more stories because our lunch table was legendary.
yeah,
Stories for other day.
yeah,
I hid.
yeah,
You
he hid
did.
away, and I invited you,
I think I came once or twice.
But
so yeah, so back to freshman year of high school, first day. David and I are walking to our lockers. We both got there early and just kind of hung out for a while before the class started. And these two upperclassmen girls walk up to us.
I can't specify like how sick I looked back then. Like it was just bad. Just before I was diagnosed and everything.
And these girls look at me. They don't acknowledge David, and they go, "Aw, how old is he? He's so cute." Like David was my child
Or pet.
or pet, but like
I didn't
David
take
wa-
it as a, oh, they think I'm cute. I took it as a,
But
this is the tone setter.
they looked at me like I was his father, and
Which you were wearing a tie.
no, not freshman year.
You didn't wear a tie? Okay.
No. That phase began whenever I started doing tech support at the school.
That is a fun phase.
You know,
I just associate it.
with the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
At that time, I actually had like no care over my appearance. I didn't care about
Yeah.
my appearance at all. I was still kind of like an awkward youth, kind of growing into
Yeah.
like a person, you know. But yeah, these girls like looked at me like I was his dad, and then from then on, we've joked that I'm David's dad, and so that's probably why David picked that as his lie to get out of going to see that movie with you, because David and I for years now have joked about me being his dad because of those two.
I don't. You think that makes it okay?
It's
It
not
makes
okay.
it less funny. It
Oh
makes it
no,
more funny.
Yeah, I
I'm
lied.
still hurt.
I
No,
still
I
still
get
lied.
that you're still hurt. It does make it more funny. Maybe not to you, but objectively.
Oh no, I acknowledge you're hurting. It's so much.
Objectively, it does make it more funny.
Well, I'm glad that your guys' friendship flourished while mine and David died for years.
We're here now. That's all that matters.
Yeah. I'm still hurt. You
You
can't
think
give
this
me
is
back
where
all the
Brent's
years
smile
you've taken away
went?
from me.
This is how Brent lost his smile.
He lost a smile when I saw movies with my dad.
I lost my smile when I came out to Kevin and he told me I had the gay tones, and that's how he knew all along.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
we're
was
gonna
way
cut that
more
part.
supportive of you coming out. I was like, I think one of the most chill people
I
about
don't.
it.
I wasn't not
I
supportive.
didn't. I won't know because I didn't tell you.
Did you not?
No, he outed you. Me to you.
It was in a group chat though, because you responded immediately.
I don't think so. I think he told you personally.
I think I texted you then, because I remember I was going to my infusion.
I don't.
I was in the. I remember. You should be honored. I remember exactly where I was when I found out.
Like it was 9/11.
Not like that.
I remember exactly what I was doing and where I was.
When the towers fell.
The Belpre parking lot was my ground
When
zero.
the closet opened, I knew where I was.
I don't even remember where I was. Oh man,
Dad, where were you when Uncle Brent came out?
So
Sit down.
Brent and I have differing stories on this, but that's for another day. Because I
Yeah.
think we should probably.
Dude,
cut
we
some
have
of this.
we have babbled for way too.
No,
There's
it's
so
all
many
good.
outtakes.
Keep it all in.
But
I'm gonna keep it all
Oh,
in.
man.
Except for that one time where you DDoSed somebody.
you absolutely
doxed.
you
Yeah,
used
that
their
too.
legal name.
You booted them off the internet.
He did it again. I'm so sorry about this.
Stop! No! Oh no! You're
We-
giving yourself so much work.
All right, we hope you liked the first rundown of the subplot. I'm David.
I'm Brent.
And I'm Kevin, and
See ya soon.
we can cut my little bit of audio there.
You think?
Yeah.